Hey guys, let's take a look at some geometry today and triangles is today. First, let's classify them, all right? Well, a right triangle, you probably know, has a right angle that looks nothing at all like this piece of trash that I just, anyway, okay. There's a right triangle. That angle right there, of course, we know is 90 degrees, all right? An obtuse triangle has in there somewhere an angle like this one that is greater than 90 degrees. An acute angle looks something like this, where all three of the angles, that one, and this one, are all less than 90 degrees. So those are the three classifications of triangles in that way. Other classifications, we can say equilateral. Now, equa means equal. Lateral means side. So this would be, I'm going to draw this the best I can, which is not too good. That would be an equilateral triangle. Now what will happen in an equilateral triangle, that means all three of these sides are exactly the same length. They could be all 5 yards or 2 feet or 15 microns or 36 centipedes or whatever. Okay, all kinds of measurements, right? In other words, if they tell you this is an equilateral triangle, then that means that every single side is the same. So they might say to you, oh, here's an equilateral triangle. One side is 10. What's the perimeter of that equilateral triangle? You're going to go, well, if it's equilateral, they're all the same side. So 10, 10, and 10, 30. Boom. And the tick marks mean they're the same length. Okay, and an isosceles triangle looks more like something like this, where they would say, okay, here's an isosceles triangle, which means these two sides here, it looks like a very like a fir tree that's about to hug you. Or maybe it really is a violent fir tree that's going to stab you or something. No, we don't want that. Okay, no, it's just a toy boat, you see. Just a toy boat. He's a very friendly fir tree that, let's get back to the thing. Okay, so that, an isosceles means that this side is the same thing, the same size as this side. This doesn't have to be. A scalene triangle will look something like this, like no side is the same, oh dear, that's awful, that's not even a straight line. Okay, and sometimes you'll see this, which indicates to you that all three of those sides are different lengths, all right? So that's what a scalene triangle is. So let's take a look at some of the examples they're going to give you. First off, you tell me how many degrees are inside of a triangle, and the angles inside of a triangle. What's the total? The total is 180 degrees. No matter what triangle you draw, if all three of those angles added together will give you 180 degrees. Okay, that's important knowledge to understand when you want to solve problems like this. They will say, find the measure of this angle right there. And you'll go, okay, well, everything inside a triangle is 180. That's 130. That's 20. That's 150 total. So this must be 30 degrees. That's what's left over from 180. All right? They'll say like this, find the measure of angle BCA. Well, BCA, of course, is this one. And you'll go, okay, well, this 60 plus 40, that's 100. And there's 180 degrees total, so this must be 80 degrees. Okay. By the way, if you're taking an SAT or ACT or some kind of a standardized test, and you look at something like this and they go, what is the measure of angle C? And your brain completely freezes, okay? What you can do is go and have, let's say, A, B, C, and D, 40, 50, 70, 80, 90, or something like that. Well, you can look at C and go, well, wait a minute. If I just go like this, well, draw a better job. If I did this and that's a right angle, C is going to be a little less than 90 degrees. So look over at your choices and go, what's less than 90 degrees, but almost 90 degrees, and pick the one that's closest to that if you can't figure it out. But you should be able to. All right, the measure of angle B, well, we can look here and go 50 plus 45 is 95. And that's what you're looking at. So you're going to go 180 degrees minus 95 degrees is 85 degrees. That is a sensible answer too, by the way, because that looks like it's almost 90 degrees, like almost a right angle too. So another clue for you, okay? Angle B measures 110 degrees. What are the measures of angles A and C? So the measures of angles A and C, you're going, wait a minute. I don't know. There's nothing. Oh, wait. I know that this is 110 degrees. So it's 110 degrees. But how am I supposed to know what these two are? Well, this is your clue. Your clue is that this side is the same as this side. Remember the tick marks a couple of slides back? Now, to make a side in a triangle, what happens is this angle right here opens up and makes this side length here. And this angle right here, the way it's opened up to this side of the triangle on that side, is how far open it is makes how long this side is over here. So if they're telling you that those two sides are the same, that means that the angles opposite them are also the same. So A and C are the same angle measure. So what is left over, since you have 180 degrees total? You've got 110 you've taken care of with this angle right there, right? So you've got 70 degrees left over to spread out between A and C. Since both of them are the same, the answer to both are going to be 70 divided by 2, which is 35 degrees each. There you go. That's your answer. Okay. All right. On pages 323 to 324, go ahead and pause this and answer those and come right back and we'll talk about them very soon. Okay. All right. Let's look at the bottom of page 323. Find the measure of the indicated angles. Okay. Angle Z. Well, we've got X. There's a 90-degree angle. That little box tells you it's 90. Plus 30 is 120. So Z is going to be 180 minus 120, which is 60. Okay, so pause it and try B. All right, that's 40 plus 50. That means it's 90 total there. So, the whole measure of a triangle is 180. So 180 minus 90 is also 90. Okay, so pause it and try C. All right, classify PQR by its side and angles. Well, it's going to be, let's see here. All three of those sides are different. So that's a scalene triangle. An angle, that's going to be a right triangle because you see the right angle at the bottom left. All right, pause it and try D. All right, angle M is 50. Find the measures of angles D and E. Well, those tick marks tell you that D and E, which open up to give you those sides, which are the same, also are the same. So if you've got 180 degrees total, M is 50 degrees. That means you have 180 degrees minus 50 degrees, which is 130 degrees. You cut that right in two, which means both of those angles will be 130 degrees divided by 2, 65 degrees apiece. Okay. All right. Those should be nice and fast ones to do in your problem set, so it's good to do some geometry every once in a while. So, all right. Have fun with your problem set today. Thank your mom and dad or grandma or whoever homeschools you. Thank them a lot and give them a hug or something today. All right. See you guys next time.